Guys, it's your boy a.dTHEweeb. Now this is my first video, so if I mess up on anything, please don't roast me or anything like that. Like I'm new to YouTube, so like I'm kind of learning. So if you see me do something wrong, just tell me in the comment so I can fix it, or try to anyway. But anyway, this is gonna be what if Naruto was neglected, part 1. Now how this way is gonna start is on October 10th, Naruto's birthday slash Kurama's, Naruto's attack, and then Naruto is gonna be born with two siblings, Menma and Mito. And when all three of them are born, Minato and Kushina automatically hates Naruto for some reason. They just see him as disgusting. Like, they just blame him for everything. So they say they're gonna just put the soul in Naruto and put the chakra in Menma and Mito. So they give Naruto 100% of the soul, like the good half and bad half. So Karma is gonna be more balanced in this what if. And then Menma and Mito both get 45% of the chakra, which means they can't go like all the way to the like KCM, but yeah, that's that. Anyways, Kushina gets 10%, so she can survive and get healed from it. And then they don't. Minato and Kushina don't get stabbed by the Nine-Tailed Claw, so yeah. And Minato used some random different seal, like since he knows a lot of different seals and stuff. He was like a seal master, so I assume he must know some of the seal and the whippet of seal and stuff. So anyway, when Naruto is 5 years old, Naruto is living with his family and stuff, but he lives in a tiny attic that's like super small, and he only has one blanket and a lot of books. And Naruto likes to read, so he reads like all of them. There's like 100 books in there, and he reads all of them. They're all about like chakra control and stuff, some ninja history and stuff like that, like the ninja world history. So yeah, so he knows all about the Six Path, all these stuff. Like he knows pretty much everything, and he's pretty smart in this way. He's like Shikamaru almost level smart. So yeah. Anyways, when Naruto time skips to another day. Naruto is just sitting in his room doing nothing, and then after that he hears something outside. So he looks through the window and sees a man with white hair and a girl with yellow hair. One of them is known as Jiraiya, the Toad Sage, and the other one, Tsunade, the Slug Sunny. Slug Princess, my bad. And what's it called? They both come in, and Naruto goes downstairs to see what they want, and he opens the door, and they say, "You get out of the way," and they push him out, and then they push him like to the ground, and Minato comes and say, "Oh, Jiraiya, Tsunade, come in," and then they come in, they sit on the couch, and they say, "Yesterday, Jiraiya went to Mount Myoboku to talk to the Elder Sage Toad thing, and then the Toad said that there will be one child prophecy, but Jiraiya says to Minato and Kushina that Mito and Menma are the child of prophecy." So they pretty much hate Naruto even more because they think he's useless now, so they hate him even more. Now, we all know that Naruto is actually the child of prophecy. By the way, sorry for any background noise. I just had to close the door. I'm so really sorry about that. Anyways, we all know that Naruto is a real child officer and all that stuff. Anyway, they say they're gonna have to kick out Naruto so he doesn't get in the way of Mema and Mito's training. Now Naruto gets kicked out. Literally, Kushina just grabs him with the chains and pulls him out. And then after that, he goes to a forest where he finds a cave and sleeps in. He like sleeps in it for like the night, cause it was like 12 p.m. So I mean, it was like 1 a.m. So like yeah, he sleeps in it and then he's like the next morning he wakes up very hungry and then he goes back in the village, tries to get some food. Now he buys some food like 2 times the price and stuff. They always did it. Anyways, he buys some food and after that he starts to eat it, but like when he's almost done eating, he sees a bunch of villagers coming to him, and then he's like, "What do they want?" And then he realized that they're looking at him with hateful glares and a bunch of knife and stuff, like everything that can hurt you, like a knife and all that stuff, kunais, even some joining and tunings are in there. So yeah, but they're low class, so yeah. Anyways, Naruto starts to run, and he get cornered because the ninjas can't outrun ninjas, no matter how much stamina you have. You just can't. And since Naruto's like 5, he can't fight a ninja, anything like that. So yeah, he's just small, but like he's not physically strong and stuff. He doesn't have any jutsus or none of that stuff yet. So he gets cornered, and then they beat him up real bad. Like they literally like break his arms and legs and stuff. Like they cut him and stuff like that. And then Naruto passes out, and they think he dies. So they pull him where there's like a bunch of animals and stuff to try and make them eat Naruto and stuff like that. Anyway, Naruto, we skip to Naruto's mind escape. Naruto wakes up in a sewer and then he finds nothing but emptiness. And then after that, starts walking, and then he finds a giant cage. And he sees 2 giant red eyes, and then after that, he sees 9 tails in the fox. And then he starts to try to get away because he's scared of 9 tails. And he falls. He trips and then falls. And then he says, the 9 tails says, "What do you want, kid?" And then Naruto says, "I don't know, I just got here because I died." And then he says, "No, you're not dead, idiot." And then he says, "What do you mean? The villagers killed me." And the 9 tails says, "No, you're just unconscious." And since this is the full 9 tails again, he's gonna be a lot nicer in mode, and a lot nicer pretty much. And then Naruto says, "What's your name?" He says, "The 9 tails." And he says, "Is that your real name or is it just a nickname because of the tails and stuff?" And then he says it's a nickname that pretty much everyone gives him. And he says, "So since it's a nickname, what's your real name then?" And he says, "Why should I give it to you?" And then Naruto says, "Because I want to be friends with you." And he says, "No, I'm not gonna be friends with you." But he says, "But I can give you my name." He says, and Naruto says, "What is it then?" And Kurama says, "It's Kurama." And then Naruto says, "That's a nice name." And Kurama says, "Thanks." And he says, Kurama says, "Do you want me to heal you?" And Naruto says, "Can you do that?" He says, "Yes." And then he says, "Okay." And he says, Naruto says, what's his name? Oh, fuck. He says, "If you heal me, will I go out of here?" And then Kurama says, "Yes, you will." And then Naruto says, "Before, what's it called? Before you go, can you at least be partners?" He says, I'll think about it. And Naruto says, okay. And then Kurama heals him, and what's it called? Naruto gets like the cloak of the nine tail, not a full tail, just like some chakra on him and stuff, you know. And then Kurama takes over and kills everybody there. Like, and then he passes out again. And then Naruto wakes up after a couple hours, and then he goes back to the cave. And then he stays there and tries to talk to Kurama. And then Kurama says, fine, we can be partners, but not friends, just partners. And he says, that's cool. And then he says, when can we be friends? He says, maybe in the future, just maybe. And then Naruto says, okay. So do you think you could help me train Mr. Fox, Mr. Kurama? And then Kurama says, yes. He says, okay. And then Kurama teaches him the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And then when Naruto learns it, he tells him to use some of his chakra and makes a clone. And Naruto does, and then he tells Naruto to let the clone just pretty much do whatever he wants. And then what's it called? Naruto does, and Kurama takes over the clone. And then he helps Naruto train by like he makes like him learn tree climbing, wall walking, wall climbing, whatever it's called. Anyways, he teaches him, and he goes back in the mindscape, and then Kurama checks, like he goes into Naruto's pretty much body, I guess, and then he checks and sees Naruto has checks for his chakra nutrients. He sees Naruto has wind, water, fire, and lightning, and then he sees Naruto can unlock Earth, but not yet. But so like yeah. Anyways, Naruto says, "Oh, okay, I have a bunch of chakra nutrients then," and Kurama says, "Yes, that's pretty rare, kid." And then Naruto says, "Cool, I knew I was awesome." And then, yeah, Kurama says, "Whatever, shut up." And then he teaches him some jutsus. With time skip. How many years? 2 years later. No, 3 years. 3 years. And then the academy is about to start. And then Naruto. Let me tell you what jutsus he has over those 2 years. He can do wall walking, tree climbing and stuff. And then he has pretty much perfect chakra control because the Naruto isn't messing with his chakra. And he has Fire Star, Fireball Jutsu, Fire Star, Majestic Flame Destroyer, Water Star, Water Dragon, Wind Star, Wind Bullet, Wind Star, Wake Up Arm, Wind Star, what's it called? He created a couple of jutsus. Like since Kurama has been living a lot longer, he knows a couple random more jutsus that other people don't know. So he knows the wind jutsu called Rising Wind. That pretty much you need a high infinity of wind for that, and then it pretty much just makes you what's it called fly. Like it just the wind picks up on you, and then you start floating pretty much. Anyways, he has Lightning Star, Lightning Dragon Jutsu, Lightning Star, what's it called? He created Current, whatever it's called. The Jutsu Sasuke created, the one that you put a fireball and stuff in the air, and then the dragon came down and stuff. Yeah, that Jutsu. And fire, water, wind. Yeah, that's that. Anyway, let's go to the first day of the academy. Naruto comes in and sees Menma and Mito and a bunch of girls fangirling over Sasuke and what's his name, Mito, and a bunch of like all the boys boying over Mito. So like yeah. Anyways, what's it called? Naruto goes and sits in a dark corner of the room. And by the way, Naruto is gonna have the ability to control shadows. Like you can like hide in the shadows, cause since like he was 5, he was trying to hide from the villagers. So he's used to hiding to them. It's like he's good at hiding in them. So pretty much he can pretty much just go in the shadow and vanish. Like not even the Byakugan and Sharingan can see it. Only something like the Rinnegan or something like that, or Jogan, something like that can see it. But like very hard to see him. And he sits in a dark corner of the room where people can barely see him. And what's his name? Mito and Menma saw him going there, and they're like, "Oh, let's go annoy him." And they go over there and pick on him. And what's his name? Naruto just completely ignores them. And by the way, the Naruto and Naruto are friends now. Like they're like the cage. What's it called? You know how you need the key to open it, right? And then, but in the movie, I mean in the canon show, Kurama was able to control Naruto to make him forcefully open it. So he just did that because I'm pretty sure you don't need the key to do that. So yeah, he just did that, and well, Naruto told him to do it, so he did it and then opened it for him. So he has pretty much what's it called? He doesn't have KCM because that's pretty much too broken. You can't have that at that young of an age. It just what's it called? Too strong for Naruto's body. He can't take it. It just breaks his bone and stuff if he does that. So he can go all the way up to like 6 stars. Yeah, that's good there. 6 stars. And how he, if you're wondering how he can use the chakra, since I said he didn't have any, well, Menma, Mito, and Kushina have been training on the chakra, using the chakra, and the 10% of Kushina's chakra is gone. Like she doesn't have it no more because she used it, and well, since they don't have the soul, it doesn't have anywhere back to go but to Naruto. So it goes back to him. And Kushina, I mean, Menno and Mito have wasted. Mito has used 15% of the chakra, and wait, let me see. 10, yeah, fifth. Wait, let me hold up. Yeah, Mito used 20% and Menma used 20%. So he has 50 now because of Kushina has 10%. So yeah, anyway. Uh, he can use 6 stars and stuff, and then he just ignored Menma and Mito and everyone else. And time skip to the exam, the final exam. And Naruto has been just keeping a low profile to be a dead last. He's just an act because he doesn't want the council to annoy him. Kurama told him to do it so what's it called? They don't come annoy him and stuff and say the demon is getting stronger, let's kill him and all that stuff, you know. He's just trying to keep a low profile pretty much. He doesn't want the attention. He already got the attention from Kurama, so he doesn't want anybody else's. He doesn't care about anybody else. And yes, he hates his family because they neglected him. So yeah, anyway. The final day of the academy. Naruto comes to the academy to sit down, and then after a couple of minutes, Menma, Mito, and Sasuke with all the fanboy and fangirls following them, screaming, Menma, Mito, and Sasuke and all that stuff. Anyways, Yuka comes in and starts the test. And by the way, Naruto does use a sword and has storage seals because he's just pretty much a seal master. Because Kurama teaches him seals because he's been living in seals masters / Uzumakis and like a couple of them. So yeah. anyways, uh, what's it called? The final day, and yeah, they start the test. What's it called? The test start, and they start the writing exam, and then Sasuke, Menma, and Mito got 90% right and 10% wrong. And Naruto got 100% because he's just gonna go all out in this one and just humiliates them. And then when they take the test, Hyuga sees that, and Hyuga, he doesn't really have a problem with Naruto. He's just like neutral, so he doesn't really care. Because Naruto isn't that goofy in this way. He's kind of silent and dark a bit. Like, he's not really evil. He's just like not gonna talk to you. He's just like quiet. He's just minding his own business and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, fuck. Naruto is gonna be. They're gonna do the Shuriken and Kunai testing, and Menma and Mito will get 10 out of 10 in kunais, and I mean shurikens, and 9 out of 10 in kunais and Naruto, and then other fanboys and fangirls like screaming Menma and Mito and stuff, and Sasuke, and then Naruto goes and casually closes his eyes and just pulls them, and then he gets 10 out of 10 everything, and they're all saying he cheated and stuff, and then after that, what was the last test again? Yeah, what's it called? Oh my, I forgot. Anyway, whatever. Let's just say that was the last testing, and then they say Naruto is the Rookie of the Year, and everyone's like no, and then Menma, Mito, and Sasuke say no. We challenge him to a battle, and Yuka says you can't all fight him at once. But they say, but Minato was then says yes they can, and then Yuka has to do it. So like he just does it, and what's it called? They all go outside and start to fight, and then Mito and Menma are saying, "Oh, you weak, you useless and trash and stuff like that." He just trash talking him, and they all rush at him. Naruto just grabs Mito and throws at Menma, and Menma falls down with Mito on him, and then Naruto just slaps Sasuke away, pulling him out of the ring, so he's like out the fight pretty much. And then Menma and Mito get mad and use the eyes of Kurama, and they rush at him, but Naruto just goes and just rush behind them like with incredible speed, like they can't even see it, and then he just neck chops them, so they all knocked out cold, and Naruto gets Rookie of the Year. And yeah, that's gonna be no. I'm gonna continue a little bit, and then they get put in a team. Naruto, what team should I put them on actually? Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do that. Naruto gets to a team with Sasuke, Naruto, Sasuke, and then I really don't want to put Sakura in this team. Like, hold up. Shit, I don't know what to put in this team. Because I'm not putting Sakura. I hate Sakura. Let's just say Ino, whatever. Nobody cares. Whatever. Anyways. And in this one, Naruto did not save, what's her name? Hinata. So, Hinata does not like him. Even though Hinata in canon isn't the type to hate nobody. But I'm gonna say she's dating, what's his name? Menma. So he got she got bad influence by him, so she hates uh Naruto. And no, this is not gonna be a Hinata X Naruto ship. No. If you guys want to pick what shape it is, you can. I have a shape in mind, but if you guys want something else, I'll do it. I don't really care. Anyways, uh, the other is still Kakashi and stuff, and Asuma's team. Let's just say Sakura went there. She's probably gonna die soon. Maybe. Who knows? Possibly. Anyways, what's his name? Mito and Menma and Hinata get put on a team with Kushina as the team leader. So yeah. And since in flashback, no, excuse me. Yeah, this is still a flashback. Flashback. When Naruto was I mean 6 years old. He opened the cage and stuff. When Kurama fist bumped him, he went outside the mindscape. He was in his sixth cloak, and he went back down to nothing. And then after that, he was just walking around, and he was going up a building, and he jumped out the window and landed on a tree, and the tree started to grow. So the Naruto was like, you may have wood star. So he checked, and he does have wood star, because the Uzumakis and Senjus are literally cousins. So yes, he can get wood star from that, I'm pretty sure. And Naruto does have the chakra chains and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, the teams are like what's it called? Kushina comes early for the team and stuff because she was already there for me. I thought she would just go. And Kakashi does come, and I'm just gonna go into the bell test, and after that I'm gonna end it there. Anyways, Kakashi does come late, and yes, Naruto has what's it called, body flicker, whatever it's called. Oh wait, yeah, it's body flicker, right? Yeah, but he can add elements like fire, lightning, and stuff. But he mostly just uses shadows because it looks cooler. Anyways, Kakashi comes late as always and tells to meet them on the roof, and Naruto just walks in the shadow and disappears, and everyone's like, where'd he go? And Kakashi goes in the roof and sees Naruto. He doesn't see anything. He just sits there and waits like 5 minutes, and then Sasuke and Ino comes up, and then what's it called? They don't see Naruto, and Kakashi says, where's Naruto? And Naruto just steps out of the shadows and says, why here? And then he's like, what? You're able to hide your presence from me this whole time? And then Naruto's like, yeah. And then now Kakashi says, interesting. And no, Kakashi does not hate him. He's a goat. Can't make him hate him. And the ramen guy doesn't hate him and stuff. Like, those people doesn't hate him, but other people do. Many is family stuff. But yeah, anyways. This like what's your dream, goals and stuff. Sasuke is since Minato is the Hokage, the ninth attack didn't happen. I mean, the massacre didn't happen, so Sasuke isn't an emo bitch. And then what's it called? Fuck. He says his dream is to help Menma get his dream accomplished, which is pretty much to be a Kage, just like Naruto in canon. And Mito's dream is like to become what's it called? The first female Kage and stuff. So that's that. Anyway, Ino says her dream is to be with help what's her name? Mito accomplish her goal and maybe date Sasuke and stuff, fangirls. And Naruto just says my name is Naruto, and I have a last name because my family doesn't like me and stuff, so I don't like them back. Anyways, he says if you wanna call me what's it called? Just call me Naruto. And his dream, he says, is he doesn't really know. And then he says he doesn't really have a dream, and he doesn't really have a goal. He says he likes Kurama and hates his family. And they all say, "Who's Kurama?" And he says, "None of your business." And then it's like, okay. And then yeah, they say meet him at the training guard 7 tomorrow at like, I don't know, 7 a.m. And Naruto knows it's gonna be late, so he just stays. And he says, "Don't eat if you don't want to puke himself." But since Kurama is from Naruto, so he can sense feeling and he knows lying. So like, yeah, he eats. Sorry about that. And when they go to the bell test, Ino points out there's 2 bell and stuff, and then the rule for bell test and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna bore you with that. And what's it called? Ino and Sasuke jump in the forest, and Naruto just disappears from a body flicker, and he hides and he stays in the shadows, so nobody can sense him and stuff. And then what's his name? Kakashi goes and knocks out Ino with a genjutsu, the same one he used on Sakura, but a little bit stronger. And yes, Ino is gonna be stronger than Sakura in this one, because I like Ino more than Sakura. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be a team with Naruto and stuff. So yeah, anyway, it doesn't really matter either way. So yeah, anyway, now and then he goes after Sasuke, which was attacking him and stuff. So yeah, he just does a handhunter jutsu and all that stuff, and then yeah, that goes the same. And Naruto comes out of a shadow right behind him and slashes him, but it was a substitution. So yeah, and then he says, "Not bad," and then Naruto says, "Whatever," and then he goes in the shadows and appears behind him again and grabs him and then throws him on the ground, and then he disappears. And Kakashi said, "Damn, this kid's pretty good. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to him," and puts away his book. And then he starts looking for Naruto, and Naruto comes out of nowhere and just grabs his leg using a Hunter jutsu and pulls him on the ground. And then Kakashi pulls away because it was just a shadow clone. And Naruto appears behind him without him noticing because he's still in the shadows, and it just grabs the bell, changes it with like a walk or something, and then puts it away. And after that, he just goes back and then sits there and relaxes. And sends like a bunch of shadow clones to fight Kakashi, and then the time's up, and then he says, "Yo, fell," and stuff, and then Naruto's like, "No, I have these bells," and he's like, "What are those then?" And then he poofs them away, and like the rocks come out. Oh, I just realized I skipped the whole what's it called Mizuki incident. Let's just say Mizuki tried to get it, and then he failed. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. And yeah, anyways, Kakashi says, "When did you get it?" And he says he was just in the shadow getting it. And then, yeah, and then he says, "What are you gonna do with them?" And he just gives it to Sasuke and and then Kakashi says it passed anyway. And they start what's it called? They start doing the bunch of DX and stuff, and Naruto gets bored of it. And Sasuke goes in the office and says, "Oh, I'm in the Chi Elite and stuff, and then you should give me a higher rank mission. You deserve a higher rank mission and stuff like that." And then, yeah, they give him the Tazuna mission, and then this time when Tazuna comes in, he just says, "Why is this ugly-looking Raven kid gonna protect me? He can't even protect himself." And he says, "Oh, I'm in the Chi Elite and stuff. Yeah, you just a kid." And then he says, "Oh, this girl is kind of cute, but probably not that strong." And he says, "This guy looks strong. pointing at Naruto, and then yeah, and then Sasuke says, "These the dead last, he's the loser and stuff like that." And yeah. Anyways, this is where I'm gonna be leaving it off. Hope you liked it. This is my first video, so please tell me why I did wrong. It's probably trash, so yeah. Anyway, just tell me your honest opinion so I can improve and stuff. But yeah, I'm really sorry if there was like any background noise or anything like that, and for me misspelling some words and stuff like that. Anyways, hope you have a good day, good night. AD out.